so I'm gonna call it night, man. I gotta get up at 4 a.m. Sorry, it's not working. Loaded all that.
Low rider, drives a little slower. Low rider, he's a real goer. Hey. Low rider knows every street, yeah. Low rider is the one to meet, yeah. Low rider don't use no gas now. Low rider don't drive too fast.
Welcome to another Pony Express broadcast by Mark Dillon Jr. Let us start this show by bowing our heads for a quick prayer. Thank you, Lord, for another day of doing what we love. For this gathering of sim racers, and for the chance to pretend to be real race car drivers. We ask that you watch over these sim racers and their families as they gather together to enjoy the hobby of sim racing. May their spouses and children enjoy dinner, bath times, Netflix, and bedtime stories without them. May their calibration stay true, their racing rigs hold together, and their connections stay strong. May they treat each other with respect, avoid bogus black flags, and nail some green flag pit stops. May they return every night to see their friends and teammates, to click drive one more time, and to partake in the camaraderie that comes with being a part of the sim racing community. Father, we also ask that you guide and protect our veterans and their families as they make sacrifices so that we are able to spend a few hours in front of our computers trying to be like the king or the intimidator. And lastly, may we all have fun, win or lose, in your name. Amen. Now please rise and remove your hats as we join a fellow sim racer for his version of the Star Spangled Banner on guitar.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Pony Express Broadcast Network coming to you live for part 2 of tonight's doubleheader. Still at FSB Racing. Now it's going to be the Chicken Run Series. Aero 88's at Las Vegas. Qualifying's over. Happy Hour's wrapping up right now. Rick Bisconer, great run in the Super Speedway race. Ran out of fuel with about a lap to go. Here he is taking the pole in the Aero 88 race. Hoping to have enough fuel to get to the end for this one. This is going to be a 53 lap race. About 31 laps on a tank of fuel here tonight. Pops Margison going to be starting on the outside of Rick Bisconer. Looks like we're only going to have an 11 car field, but these 11 cars they're all here to win this race, and they're going to put on a great show. Rick Johnson starting in 8th. Comes into the night with a 44-point lead. He's running away with the title here with only a handful of races to go. It's some technical difficulties between broadcast number 1 and broadcast number 2. So here in broadcast number 2,
Drivers,
it's just going to be me in the booth. But I've probably done more broadcasts solo than I've done with a co-anchor. So I think I can figure out 53 laps around Las Vegas. Should be able to get this taken care of. Obviously, I want to thank Monsoon Motorsports, Steve Weber, for sponsoring this series, admin in this series. Sam Young, FSB, for letting me come over here and do this. Bruce Fallon from ECT for paying up the Pony Express pace car as well as the Duke Pony Express victory lane. Race LM
Drivers,
servers.
start your engines!
And I think that covers it. Once again, if you missed race number 1, congrats to Josh Elliker on a very intense win in the Super Speedway race at Banked, Indianapolis. There's Steve Weber, Tucson, Arizona, that number 83 Toyota Camry. He is not only tonight's race admin, he is also runs Monsoon Motorsports, who sponsors this series and puts up a championship trophy. Looks like well, that's odd. Looks like, oh, I was looking at the wrong car there. Sorry, I got thrown off. The 43 up there is your pole sitter. It's late. It's late. This is a late night race series. This is for the guys on the West Coast. A lot of these guys are in Arizona, California, the further behind time zones. As the pace car pulls off, Rick Bisconer are going to lead us down to the green flag. Oh, great start for Bisconer and Hale. Not a great start for Pops. He's already back to 5th place. Looks like that green flag might have caught Pops sleeping. Rick Bisconer and Jeff Hale are teammates. They did very well working together in the Super Speedway race. Rick Bisconer did very well working with his other teammate, Josh Elliker, in that race as well. There's Ken Soska in that the 07 up there in P3. He's your Friday night admin. tonight, the Chicken Run Series Aero 88. This is basically a it's like a heat race for Friday night. Friday night they do this same exact mod setup, race. Everything's the exact same thing Friday night. It's just a longer race. Tonight is just kind of like a sprint race in preparation for the big show on Friday night. And Ken Soska, the Friday night admin, you'll see most Friday nights you'll see the Greg and Milty show over there. Those guys do a great job of broadcasting the Winston Cup Series on Friday nights. I think I said this already. Maybe I didn't. It's going to be about 30 laps on fuel here. So a 53 lap race. If we stay green, it'll only be a one stopper. And Webb was telling me in the pre-race that the car is very loose for the first couple laps. These guys are obviously coming up on lap number 5 now, so it should be fine. But Webb was saying this track really likes to pull your car down towards that white line. As here comes Pops, just moving forward. Pops moves up to P2 now. Hale trapped up on that high line. Here comes Ryan Johnson as well. That's going to move Ryan Johnson up into P3. And now here comes Steve Weber. And Hale's going to be able to get down there. Now here comes Pops looking for the lead. He's going to get by Bisconer. You, as of right now, it looks like you do not want to be on the high side. So Pops Margerson, yes, he really is 99 years old. That's why he drives the number 99. He is your new race leader. And I'm kidding, by the way. Pops is not 99. He is reasonably old. I don't know exactly how old, but he's not quite to 99 yet. But he's still a hell of a sim racer. I want to say Pops won this championship within the last few seasons. And now here comes Ryan Johnson, gets by Jeff Hale, takes over P2. And Jeff Hale with the crossover. Takes P2 back away. Here comes Steve Weber trying to get by Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson just drove it in too deep there, trying to get by Jeff Hale, and that pushed him up to the high side. Now he's trapped. Here comes T-Roy looking low. T-Roy won, I want to say last week, perhaps the week before. It was such a big occasion for T-Roy winning a chicken run race that it actually broke the FSB homepage. Oh, and now Steve Weber off the wall. That's going to allow Bisconer to go low and get by him. Now Weber trapped on the high side as Pops and Jeff Hale are running away. Not sure what happened to the 31 car of Brad Otto, but he has gone a lap down. And it also looks like Josh Ellick or Leo Kelly have lost the lead pack, so we've got an 8-car breakaway. Pops Margerson still your race leader here on lap number 10. Oh, Pops drifts up a little bit. Jeff Hale gonna try going low. Meanwhile, Bisconer working that high line. Here comes T-Roy now up into P4, and look out, here comes that number 52 red box car. That's your points leader, Rick Johnson, 44 points ahead of everybody else. I know I've only been around FSB for a couple years now, but I've always been told that Rick Johnson is hands down the winningest driver in FSB history. As the 17 and the 43 side by side for third. Ken Soska up into P4 now. Ken Soska driving that old retro Gatorade paint job. You know, these Aero 88 cars, it's by far the most popular mod in NR 2003. And now here comes Jeff Hale. Pops bounces it off the wall. Jeff Hale takes the race lead. T-Roy up to P2. Soska to P3. Rick Johnson P4. Pop's still not able to get down. He is teammates with Steve Weber. Steve Weber not going to cut him a break though. So Pops continues to bleed positions. For those of you who didn't catch it during the first broadcast of the night, new news from FSB. The GTP series will be going away after this season. 2 races remaining in that series. And then they will be going away from GTP and switching to the, bringing back the Road Rage series. The PTA Trans Am mod. Here's Ken Soska on the low side of T-Roy trying to get P2 away from him. Rick Johnson's going to try to follow Ken through that hole. And T-Roy's able to battle back on the high side and keep on to second place there. It looks like as we go through this run and these tires get worn and some more pressure in them, that the high side does come in. And now T-Roy up high again. Ken Soska gonna take a look low. Yeah, it really looks like once you get about 10-15 laps into a tire run, you want to move up about a car length to the middle lane, and that's the fastest way. Jeff Hale still your race leader. Steve Weber P5. Ryan Johnson has now lost the lead pack, so we're down to 7 cars up here, as we're only about 10 laps away from green flag pit stops. Well, here we go. Who is that? Still Jeff Hale pulling away. The battle for 2nd through 5th, though, these 4 cars are really tight together. Now Rick Johnson thinking about making a move on the high side. So So I gotta tell you, the veteran salute tonight, we always do it around the halfway point. Tonight we're gonna hold off just a little bit. We don't want to, we're hoping to see some green flag pit stops here, so we're gonna hold off and hopefully see those and then do the veteran salute. Ken Soska trying to stick it in low. T-Roy's still trying to battle on that high side, and he's going to lose that battle. Now here comes Rick Johnson trying to follow him through there. So there you go, Ken Soska P2, Rick Johnson P3. Now Rick trying to get his nose under the 07. As Jeff Hale has stretched it out to about an 0.8 of a second lead. Caution free so far as we are closing in on the halfway point, as well as green flag pit stops in about 6 laps. Well, you know, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know if I would wait 6 laps. I may pit here about lap number 27 and just split this race in half instead of waiting until 30. But that's just me. I'm obviously not doing a lot of racing these days. Oh, Ken Soska, Rick Johnson, they have caught Jeff Hale. And here we go, Jeff Hale, Ken Soska head down pit road. Looks like they will get in cleanly. So Rick Johnson stays out another lap. He's race leader. So short pit here for Jeff Hale and Ken Soska. Pitting on lap 25. That's going to leave them with about 28 to go. And now Rick Johnson heads down. He doesn't want to lose time to fresh tires. So that's going to make Steve Weber your race leader. Steve Weber came into the night 3 points behind second place. And Steve Weber has won the championship in this series as well. And I correct me, Rick Bisconer was your race leader. Now Steve Weber inherits the race lead and will take a bonus point. We'll see if Steve heads down pit road this time by. And he will. So Steve Weber heads down pit road. Trying to find our race leader. It looks like Rick Johnson is going to be your race leader as this cycles through. We'll see if Jeff Hale can get by him. So we'll keep it here on Rick Johnson and Jeff Hale, hopefully. Like I said, we are at the halfway point. Green flag pit stops have been completed. So we're going to head over to our veteran salute for the second time tonight. On behalf of Pony Express Broadcast Network, thank you to all of the veterans and their families out there for your service and your sacrifice. We hope you enjoy this veteran salute.
My dearest son, it's almost June. I hope this letter catches up with you and finds you well. It's been dry, but they're calling for rain. and everything's the same old same in Johnsonville. Your stubborn old daddy ain't said too much, but I'm sure you know he sends his love. And she goes on in a letter from home. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, and they all laugh like there's something funny about the way I talk when I say mama sends her best, y'all. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work, and it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home. My dearest love, it's almost dawn. I've been lying here all night long, wondering where you might be. I saw your mama and I showed her the ring. Man on a television said something, so I couldn't sleep. But I'll be alright, I'm just missing you. And this is me kissing you. X's and O's in a letter from home. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, and they all laugh cause she calls me honey, but they take it hard cause I don't read the good part. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work, and it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home.
And we are back. That was tonight's Veteran Salute. We are under caution here for the first time with 20 laps to go. Everybody heading down pit road again for some fresh tires. Not sure what brought out the caution, obviously, but we see Brad Otto has chosen to stay out. We'll see if he attempts to race his way back onto the lead lap. We do not do lucky dogs here at FSB. Only in the Monday Night Cup Series do we do the lucky dog. So Brad Otto's good on fuel. We'll see if he's going to attempt to stay out and catch a quick caution and perhaps get his lap back. So here we go. It looks like Ryan Johnson also stayed out. He is your race leader. That's going to be a bonus point for him. Ryan Johnson was back in about 8th place, so he's going to go for it here, and perhaps track position will help him. As the lights are out on the pace car, we're going to be going back to green flag racing on lap number 36. Rick Bisconer, Rick Johnson, everybody behind Ryan Johnson is going to have fresh tires, so we'll see what happens here. Remember, these cars are very loose for the first couple laps, so hopefully cautions don't breed cautions, but we'll see. Here we go, pace car's off, gonna go back to green flag racing, lap number 36. Oh, Brad Otto off of the apron. And it looks like he's just going to keep it down there and let the field go by. Here comes Rick Bisconer trying to make the pass on the high side as he has fresh tires. So Bisconer made it happen on the high side. Now Rick Johnson's going to try the same thing. Oh, contact. Rick Johnson, Ryan Johnson, Pops, Jeff Hale. Ryan Johnson barrel rolling. Looks like that's going to allow Rick Bisconer to race back to the line. He's going to maintain the lead. T-Roy now, P2. Looks like Jeff Hale has retired. Jeff Hale, Rick Johnson, Ryan Johnson are all out of the race. Rick Johnson and Ryan Johnson are the top two in points, and they are both out of this race. So Steve Weber now has a chance to make up some ground. Bisconer stays out. Looks like everybody behind him is going to head down pit road with Steve Weber stays out. With 14, with 10, you know, they're going to restart with 10 or 11 laps to go. I feel like I would have taken some tires here. Three very big names out of this race. That's going to open it up for somebody else to win. You see Josh Elliker, he's still in this thing. He could make it 2 victories in one night. And now Bisconer does head down pit road. That's going to give the race lead over to Steve Weber. So here we go, lights are out on the pace car. We are going to restart this race with Steve Weber in the lead. Going to take the green flag on lap number 53. It's going to be 11 laps to go. Steve Weber, the only driver out there on old tires. Still a 5-car battle here, 5 cars on the lead lap. My money's on Josh Elliker in that 47, making it dual victories tonight. Steve Weber so far doing good on those older tires. Nine laps to go. Now T-Roy perhaps thinking about making a move on the high side as Steve Weber is blocking the low side. T-Roy's got to try something because these drivers behind him are getting impatient. Ken Soska tries getting a nose under T-Roy, nearly makes contact. That was very close. Josh Elliker now drifting back. I have to wonder if Elliker is trying to save his tires, cool them down a little bit before making a final push. As we have 6 laps to go. Oh, Ken Solska gets a nose under T-Roy, and they make contact. Oh no! And then Elliker and Solska get together after crossing the line. So Steve Weber, your race leader with 4 to go. I think that might be the race. It looks like Steve Weber might have just pulled off a victory with what might be perhaps the only clean car still on the track, other than the pace car, of course. Looks like Pops retired under that last caution. Looks like everybody is on pit road. Here they come, catching up to Steve Weber. Now it was 4 to go at the line right there. I think these guys might have a 1-lap shootout. I don't think this is over. I think Steve's gonna have to hold on for 1 lap. Looks like Ken Soska are gonna head down pit road. These guys must definitely be planning on a 1 or 2 lap shootout if Ken Soska's making a pit stop. That was 3 to go at the line. The lights will have to go out this time by in order to get a 1 lap shootout. Here we go. Will the lights go out on the pace car? Will we have a 1 lap shootout? And they do. So Steve Weber will have to hold off Josh Elliker and Rick Bisconer. Ken Soska has retired. T-Roy's still in this thing. It's going to be a 4-car battle for half a lap. FSB has a no passing until the backstretch rule. So a half a lap battle. Can Steve Weber hold on? Here we go, the Pony Express pace car heads down pit road. Steve Weber takes the green flag. Josh Elliker has to remember he cannot pass until the backstretch. Bisconer goes by on the low side, trying to get a nose under Weber. And it looks like Weber is going to hold on for the win. Steve Weber, your race admin, series sponsor, and your Las Vegas winner. Steve Weber played the tire strategy on old tires and it worked out for him. He was able to hold on, bring home the victory. Rick Bisconer second place, Josh Elliker third after winning the super speedway race earlier tonight. Alright, so we're going to head over to the new Pony Express Broadcast Network Victory Lane. Let's see if we can't get a word from our race winner, Steve Weber, real quick. Steve, congrats on your win.
Thank you. Hold on a minute. I'm saving here. Appreciate it. Thanks.
It looked like you played the tire strategy. You stayed out there on slightly older tires, but you were able to hold off all the challengers.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure about how that was going to work out, but my tires weren't too bad, so we only had, I figured we could maybe a 1 or 2 lap shootout there.
Well, it was definitely, obviously 11 cars tonight, but you guys still put on a hell of a show. And when Rick and Hale and Ryan got taken out, those are some big names, obviously. But you and Bisconer and T-Roy and Elliker still put on a good battle there.
Yeah, it was a real fun race. There was a couple times there that, man, I slid through some of those there. I don't know how I got through, but I just squeezed through a couple of them spinning.
Now, obviously, you're the series admin for this Chicken Run series. I know you've won the championship before. Your team, Monsoon Motorsports, sponsors this series. So before we wrap up the show, is there anybody you want to thank or any shout outs you want to give?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you for doing the broadcasts here. We really appreciate them. I show them to people at work and stuff, and they get a big kick out of it. Thank Sam Young for all he does for us, and just thank FSB, man. This has been great. Love racing here.
All right, and Steve, are we going to see you in Friday night's race?
Yeah, I'm really gonna try. Sorry, I was having a hard time hearing you. I had the player screen up there. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try to make this Friday. It's really kind of hard right now because this is my summer season here, and the hours are kind of killer for me this time of year. But I'm gonna really try to make this one Friday night because it should be a really good show for everybody to watch.
All right, well, we look forward to Friday night. Hopefully, you can put that 83 in Victory Lane again. As always, thanks for adminning this series, sponsoring this series, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hopefully Friday night will be the Greg and Milty show. This has been Pony Express Broadcast Network live from FSB, bringing you a doubleheader, back-to-back shows. We'll be back again 3 weeks from tonight for another doubleheader, Super Speedway Chicken Run broadcast. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show, and we'll see you again next time.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.